Welcome back everyone to another one of my videos. So this is the second video in the series Getting Gold from Mobile Phones. So as you can see, I have my mobile phone boards here from after in the previous video seeing me taking them apart. I'm left with my boards. So you see some of them have steel coverings over them. Some of them you can see the actual chips straightforward. If I can find one where there's not a lot of covering on them, which here we go. So some of them there you can see these little chips. That's what I'm looking to remove from the boards today, these chips, these gold pins, any more chips around here. These should contain gold bonding wires in we'd say about at least 90% of them. I'm hoping should have gold bonding wires in them. So that's the first thing I'm going to need is my boards. Also for the weapons of choice for today will be a heat gun, a mask for the fumes, because again when you're using the heat and the plastics you get a lot of fumes coming off, so you don't want to be breathing them in. That's that. Heat resistant glove, something to hold the boards in while I'm heating them up to release the chips from the actual board themselves, and a container where everything will be just banged into. So once I've heated these up, I'll just be tapping on these to release them down into the actual container to hold them. These sometimes, or a lot of the time, I would use an actual torch, a heat torch. But I'm actually out of gas for the heat torch at the moment, so for today's video I haven't any gas left. I was just checking there and the torch is out of gas, so I need to get some gas for it, but I don't have time, or the shop that I'm getting in won't be open today actually, because today is a Sunday, so they're not open on a Sunday when I'm doing this video. You'll probably get this tomorrow or Monday, something like that, the video, but once I finished it up. So that's why I have to use the heat torch. It's not my first choice. The heat gun, I prefer to use the gas torches on the ones with the metal on them. The ones with the chips already exposed, the heat gun is sufficient, but sometimes it takes a long time with the heat gun to remove these ones because of the metal coating that helps to protect it first. They have to get that off, and then you have to remove the actual thing. So you can see then once I do that, I'll be separating the boards out, so I'll be left with a board that's clean with just the gold, so these can be put in things. So again, some of these I will test under the solder mask. I'll do a video on that, on how to remove the solder mask to see if this is all gold or if it's just gold where it's exposed. So sometimes these boards can be completely gold, and other times it's just where you actually see the gold now is where the gold is. So again, something like this is usually just gold flashed. It's not usually gold underneath here, but again I will test it and see where other boards will be gold, actual flashed all the way along the board, or engineered gold on it. So they're my as I said, my weapons of choice for today. So we'll go to the next stage where we're going to be outside doing the taking the chips off the actual board. So in the meantime, if you haven't already subscribed, guys, please subscribe to the channel, and it's really appreciated, and give a like, give a comment, let me know what you think, and we'll see you outside for the next part of the video. So guys, here we are outside at the moment. I'm just in my shed. I just want to show you, I finally got hold of my nitric acid, so I can do the videos that I was hoping to do on the gold recovery from the finger. So I needed the nitric acid, so I finally got hold of a nice sized drum of it, so that should keep me going for a while. I actually got hold of 2 drums of it, of that nitric acid 70%, so hopefully there'll be a few videos coming now a lot quicker of me actually getting the gold from the gold from the boards, the gold from the boards, gold from the fingers, even the bonding wires. Once I expose the bonding wires, I'll be able to process the gold a lot quicker now. Before this, all I had was hydrochloric acid and bleach was my for doing the fingers, and for the pins I had to do reverse electroplating to get the gold from them, so it took a lot longer to do. I know that, so now that I have my nitric acid, I should be able to get moving on it a bit quicker. So let's move on now and get the chips from these foam boards. Okay, so we're outside now, so I'm going to get myself together here. So I'm going to put on my mask, so if the sound quality goes bad, I'm sorry about that guys, it's just safety first. As you know, that's the most important. Anyone that does this knows that's the most important thing. So we'll just get our mask together here. So guys, if you haven't already checked out, sorry I'll take the mask off for a minute. Guys, if you haven't already checked out my safety video, please do. I'll put a link in there now for you to check out the safety equipment that I use, and please always wear safety gear when doing this. And again, this is for me. My demonstrations only are for myself and not for anyone else. So I'm not encouraging anyone to do this or anything. I'm just showing what I do, and it's my my choice. So we're just getting the old mask on. Okay, so we have the mask on now, and I'm just going to get the gun up to temperature. So this gun here will go to 600 degrees. Solder I think melts at 400 and something odd degrees. So we'll just get the gun up to heat. So as you can see, it's reading 50 degrees, and we'll put it up to 600. So it's set for 600 degrees. You can see the temperature rising, so once we get to 600 we're ready to go. Okay, that's the gun up to temperature. So we have one board like this. And all I'll do is heat the board. So I'm just applying heat. The heat will loosen up the solder. So as I was saying already, this takes longer than the other method, but I don't have the gas today to do it. So you can see there, we've got some bits falling off. So you can see there where the bits are coming off, you can see the little solder marks. Just leave the gun down for a second. So you can see this removed the camera, and the camera on the back has gold connectors on it. So it takes a long time, as I was saying already, but just try and get it moving quicker.
You see there was a chip there that has just fallen off. Okay, so underneath here you can see the chips. You can see the chips from under there now, so that's what I'm going to try and get off next. Okay, so that's removed the chip. As you can see, there's some batteries on there as well, so be very careful of the batteries. I try and hit them quick and just scrape them off. Like that. So I'm just going to take off the mask for a second and stop that so we can just have a quick chat on what I'll be doing.
So, as you can see there, this will remove the chips, but it's very slow. It's a very slow process. The heat gun or the blowtorch is a lot quicker. Just see if that's still hot or has it gone cooled down. It's cooled down. So, sorry about that. So this removes your chips completely from the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on doing all these. I might do one more on camera, and then I'll continue on till I do. As you can see, I have a lot of them here to go through. So I'm just going to go through them, and once I've them done, we'll come back. So I'll speed up the process a bit. I'll just do one more probably on camera. I'm just going to pick on where the chips or the watch color is already taken off, the foil or the silver is taken off it, the coverings to protect them. So something like this one I'm going to do now, just so you can see it. I'm just going to swap the gloves to the other hand because I am right-handed, so I'll hold the chips or the foam board with my left hand and use the gun with my right hand.
So we'll get the gun up to temperature again. Okay, ready to go. Okay, so as you can see there, that went a lot better, a lot quicker, because there was no steel over it to take longer for it to get to the actual chips, to heat the chips up, so the chips come off a lot quicker. It also has left me now with a completely clean board, so all I have here is solder, which can be cleaned up with HCl. So I can soak that in HCl to get rid of all the solder before I move on to the next stage of removing the gold actually from the board here itself, because the less solder, the less other contaminants that there is, the better the acid will work on removing the gold. So I will usually just take that mask off. I will just clean them up by using HCl acid to clean it up. So you can see there, the board has been completely cleaned of any chips or any little connectors or anything like that. So all I'm left with is a little connector strip here, which is can be removed again. I'll just piece that up from the other side and remove these few bits, and that's it. So all I'll do now is I'll work away on these. I'll pause the video here and I'll come back once I have a lot of them done. As I say, this is the slower method. It will be probably more expensive to do it this way. Then the gas is more efficient, it does it quicker. The gun takes longer, especially with the other type of boards I was doing. If these were all these boards, there'd be no issue, it would be done fairly quick. But because it's the boards that have that steel heat, taking longer for the heat to get to the board, that's the reason. So I'll come back once I've all this done. We'll have a look at what we got off them. Okay guys, so just before I moved on, I said I'd have another look around the house and see. I could have sworn I had some spare gas somewhere. So yes, I found some gas for my torch. So I'm going to show you the method with that, because the other way would take too long with them type of boards. And so I decided to give a good search around the house, and I eventually found the gas I was looking for. So this is just a mix of MAPP gas, which will burn up to 3600 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's far stronger than I need, but what you have to do is keep the flame low. So we'll just light it up there. That flame is way too strong. We'll bring the flame right down. Flame that strong when we're doing these. So again, I'm going to put my mask on, because as you can see from this, if the flame is too high, there will be a lot of let me see if I can bring that down a bit more, a lot of fumes from it. So just to show the difference, I'm going to use the same board. So I'm using the same type of board, but this time with the gas torch. So you can see how quick that came off. Okay. So that's the battery, as I said, to watch out for. So you can see the fumes, so that's why it's very important you have the mask. So as you can see there, it gives a lot more smoke off. It's a lot more toxic, so that's why it's very important you're wearing the mask. But it does remove the board, or clean the board up pretty quick. You're left with a lot of burn marks, stuff like that on it. That's the reason I don't like really using them for the torch for this, because I want to process these boards further. So you have a lot of dirty boards that have to be cleaned up before you add them to the acid. But it fairly gets through them fairly quick. So as you see, I'll move through these now a lot quicker. So I'll just get another one there. I'll just put that aside, and I'll try and lower the gas power down a bit, because even still that was too strong. So you will have to play around with the gas a lot more till you get it to the right thing, and holding it at distances and stuff like that. You get used to it after a while of what you have to do. So I'm bringing that down fairly low there now. So let's get another board. So as you see, there, when I hit the battery, it exploded. So you have to watch for the batteries on them. Some of them have batteries hidden underneath, so that's why you have to make sure you have safety gear, masks, stuff like that on. So if a battery does explode on you, it's not going to hurt you. So gloves, good, no long sleeves, stuff like that. So again, looks like there's a little battery here. So I'll see if I can remove the battery before I start on this one. So I've removed the battery, and so hopefully we won't have that explosion this time. So we have it here again, and away we go. So I've turned the temperature down this time a bit. I know it's still quite hot, so we'll try and hold the distances, try and get the distance right. So even there you can see flames appearing, so that means it was too close, but hopefully you can see the fumes, so that's why the mask is so important. So that was just a bit of plastic to stay there burned. You can see the plastic burning, but the board now has been cleaned of any of the chips and stuff like that. You can see one little chip here, or a die from a chip. Oh, too much. So as you can see there, the difference that makes when you have better heat, source, so something like that torch. So I'll have to play around with that to get it right to the right temperature and stuff like that. But for removing the chips, it does it a lot quicker. You're not waiting as long for it to be done, so we'll get the video done a lot quicker now. I'll get them removed, but you can see the difference it makes to the board. The first board. So that's the one where I've used the heat on it now again. And you can see there it has cleaned off everything completely off the board. You can see the tracks where the chips were. There's one or two small little chips left on it, but we can get them off with a bit more heat on it, but it removes them fairly quick and a lot quicker. So we'll pause the video there, come back when I've done all them boards. Okay, so we're back inside now after using the blowtorch on these boards here. So as you can see from the back, you can see where it's burnt off all the chips and stuff like that. There's still the odd chip here and there.
but I didn't get as many boards as I wanted done because I ran out of gas. So I just found that little bit of gas that I'd left in the can that kept me going to get some of them done. So as you can see, just there's a few bits not done, but most of it where the chips were, you can see where the chips were attached to the board. And that's that's the next stage of getting the gold from the from the mobile phone. So it's to remove all the chips and stuff from the board, and then we can move on to the next stage with the board, and we can move on to the next stage with the chips. So I'll just show you here what we're looking at here. So when you remove these, you have all different types of things. You have a lot of metal. There's one chip which is quite badly burned, so it should be fairly brittle. As you can see, that's fairly brittle, but if we remove it there, if I can get this removed, you can see underneath, you possibly see the gold bonding wires, so you can. So again, we have a little die, but here and under here will be gold bonding wires attached inside of these, so you can just barely make them out along there, the gold bonding wires. So we've all different types of chips thrown in here. So you can see that one is hardly damaged, no burn marks. Also, they have to be processed further. Again, we have another one here. Again, it's quite badly burned. We can remove one part from the other. So again, this will be burned further, and these will be as well for further processing. So what I'll do is I'll leave the video at that, and the next video we'll work through sorting these, and then hopefully we'll work on a video on removing what's next on this to see if there's any gold underneath, the next stage on these. So again, I have a lot of mobile phone boards which need to be cleaned further, but it's just a demonstration today. This video was about so that people can see how I process them. As I say, safety is the main thing. You can see there's more chips there. There's all different types of stuff in here that I will be keeping for further processing for gold recovery. We'll have gold pins, we'll have MLCCs, we'll have even these little cameras have gold attached to the back of them, so you can see the gold pins there on the cameras from the smartphones. So again, another one of these which is fairly well burned. So you can see the gold bonding wires all around the side of it, and again this little die inside the centre of it, but you can see the gold bonding wires better there. So you have all your gold bonding wires. So this will be burnt down. There'll be more gold bonding wires running through the centre of this, but it's just to show that there is gold bonding wires inside of these mobile phones. So I'll just see if I can get a better. I can't really get it much further, but you can just about see the gold bonding wires going through the centre of that. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you subscribe and leave a comment. Oh yes, as well, if Snoopy Scrap Picker is watching this video, Snoopy, I hope to finally get that stuff out to you this week. A few items, just won't be much to be honest with you, because I don't have my searching through boxes there, because when I moved house I packed it all up, so I was searching through boxes to see what I had left in merchandise. At the moment I don't have that much, so but I'll send you a few items anyhow, and the same to Ralph there as well. I told him I'd send a few bits to him, Ralph the Scrapper. So I'll try and get your bits out this week. I know I'm terrible, I'm as bad as Ian Matthews for saying I'll get stuff out and never arrives, but hopefully I'll get it out to you this week. Because I mean, as I said, I was very busy at work and stuff like that, so this is the moving house and everything, so this week hopefully I'll be able to get that stuff out to you. So thanks guys for being patient, and thanks to all the subscribers who keep watching my videos, keep giving the likes, keep giving the shares. I really appreciate it, guys. I know it takes it's to give up your time to watch some of my videos. I do appreciate it that people do give up their time to watch the videos. So thanks guys, and until the next time, keep looking for that gold, guys.